Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
I am Queen Lee.
It's your boy DJ B4EY.
It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, man. We are back. FlowRadioshow.com. You know the vibes. We live. We certified, man. We got a special guest in the building. Bro, play that when your turn come around.
My bad, bro. Yo, where's my drink at?
All right, man. We got a special guest in the building, man. Not a stranger to the room, but new to the building, man. It's first time here? No, you pulled up with
yeah.
Four brothers. My fault. No, that's disrespect. My fault, man.
You had one by yourself too, though, at the old studio.
At the old studio,
The old spot.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
First
He was
time.
talking about that new building. That's why he said that.
Yeah, okay, that's why I was like,
It was really my third time on the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. We got the big homie, the one and only Zilla in the building, man. What's poppin', man?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How y'all doing?
Then Zilla Washington, man. You been on your acting spree,
man.
boy.
Yeah, man. Y'all could catch me on Mecca. You know, shout out to that boy Chris Elijah.
Hey.
All the fellas.
Yeah, man. They killed off Deacon Bobby, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Legacy was on
Yeah,
there.
my joint gone. They took my whole scene. They
Deacon
took,
out of there.
yeah.
Probably backslid
He had
or
a stroke or something.
They gonna-
Backslide.
They gonna put it at the end, the opening or the ending credits. This
In
show,
memorial
the
of-
episode was dedicated to.
that's so funny.
Man, yo, so Zilla, you got a new project out, or some new bodies of work, I should say.
Yeah.
Man.
What's-
I got some singles out right now. I'm finna drop an album, so that'll move.
What's the name of the album?
Album called Black Sheep. You can see the hat.
Hey.
This your clothing brand? You got a clothing brand?
No.
Oh, you just got that hat?
Nah. I ain't trying to
He
get
got the
sued.
shirt though. What's up?
I got the shirt though, yeah, for sure. Hold on.
Yeah. Pay attention, bro. All right. You know he always talking about paying attention to something.
Could y'all see it?
I
You can see the eyes.
The eyes look
You
kind of
can't see what
geeked
it
up,
say.
boy.
Okay.
Them eyes.
Nah, I mean you gotta really pay attention.
I got you.
My eyes wide open, gang. That's all.
Why Black Sheep?
Yeah. Black Sheep, cause that's who I am.
Of your, what would you say of your family? Of
My
what?
family, in general,
Okay.
in the game for real, all that.
I was just about to say, so you think you're the Black Sheep of this industry?
Yeah. Underdog.
Okay.
The one that folk counted out. Black Sheep.
Why you feel like they counted you out? I don't really understand that. Explain that to me.
So for me, it go back to because it start with family. Like I ain't gonna get too into it, but in my family, they had a certain expectation of what I was gonna do with my life and whoop de whoop. I chose to do my own thing, kind of bet on myself, and because of that, you know what I mean. Certain relationships ain't exactly where they should be, but I thank God for healing.
Yeah.
When it comes to the music, you know, it's one of those things. Like I think when you look at CHH, we done talked about this before, but it's easy to have the impression that all of these folks is Christian, so you gonna come into this and get some type of support or realness or reciprocation,
Yeah.
and it's still cutthroat business. You know, that's
sure.
the real. You know, and ain't no shots of shade to
No,
nobody.
that-
I
No,
understand
it's
it.
facts, though.
But that's a fact, you know what I mean? So, hey,
Yeah.
So why now drop it? Why you trying to drop a project now out of a sudden? Not out of a sudden. You know you've been dropping singles and I know you did Four Brothers. But why now drop the project?
why now? I done waited, and God told me it's the time. I ain't gonna lie, project really been done like what, a year plus. Project been done for a minute. I've been sitting on it, but it's one of those things. I also had to do it right. God, when I look at it, one thing I feel like is lacking in the space is real creativity,
Okay.
and execution. You know what I mean? And when I say that, I mean taking a different approach when we think about what comes with the music. So I put more into the visuals. I put more into the marketing that goes with this album, with this project. I put more into the rollout for it. So all of that is a process that took time.
So we
Now's
can
the time,
so-
everything done.
So from a sonically, right? Because
Yeah.
you speak about creativity.
Yeah.
Do you think that you're expanding your creativity sonically,
100%.
or is it a consistency? Because there's a certain type of Zilla sound that's consistent. And me personally, I think I said this to DJ. I was just like, yo, I want to hear Zilla kind of like branch out in a different, not say like you're a creative, so you know how to keep the essence of who you are,
Yeah.
but also like branch out sonically at the same time. So what would that look like? Is that something we can hear on this project?
100%. Yeah, I think I give you a good variety. You get, I think, traditional, what folks is used to. Like my first sound when I first came up is more hype, you know what I mean, aggressive. I slowed it down, switched up into the more melodic. Okay. So on this, you get a bit of both. I think the main difference is the perspective that it's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I tell my story in this album from beginning to end, and I try to do it in a way where the listener will be able to relate. Okay. You know what I mean? So that's the main difference. On that end, though, I do agree with you because I got more in my bag. You know what I mean? Like, nah, for real.
And we've been witness to it with your last project.
Yeah, bro. I'll say this one is on brand, but definitely stay tapped in because I got singles I'm gonna be dropping even after this is out, where I'm doing things that's a little different.
And you said we can expect visuals from this project.
Yeah.
Is it like the whole joint telling the story, or is it?
I got a lot, man. I got I call them commercials. Okay. But I don't even know how to explain it. You had to see it, but it's storytelling. I got a video for the next single that I'm dropping, which is Black Sheep, which the album is named after. That drops October 11th. The album itself dropped October 25th. And I'm dropping the video with the album. So.
Oh, that's dope.
That's tough.
He's ready. He's ready for this one.
So, my fault. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Any features on the album?
I don't think I got a single feature on the album.
That is crazy.
Oh, it's just
I
you?
love that.
Zilla. Me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. No features at all.
How many songs?
I had to lock in for that one. Huh?
How many songs?
10 songs.
10 songs, no features.
10 songs, no features.
And what was your process for this one? I know you said, it's different. You had it been done about a year. Like, how did you super lock in? You said you got the story to tell.
Yeah.
What made you lock in?
I don't know, man. That's a tough one to explain. I really say a lot of my music is spirit led, and I don't say that to be cliche, but on the real side of things, I'm trying to get better actually about being intentional about the kind of work or projects that I do put out when it comes to albums specifically. But like the past 2 albums I dropped Pieces, and even this one, it was almost like I was in a process of just putting singles together, and then God showed me an album in the midst of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As I'm just talking from different spaces that I'm going through in life, that's how Black Sheep came out.
Talk about some of those spaces real quick.
Mental health, marriage. I know we married in here. Yeah. If ain't nobody told you before, marriage is a real commitment. In that commitment, it's not always gonna be agreement. So I talk about both sides of that.
Okay.
I talk about what it means to be a child of God, but also still deal with your past and trauma. I talk about fashion. I talk about motivation, transformation. It's a bit of everything in it.
So I work in the mental health field. Can you tap just a little bit on that? Like, how's your mental health been, lately?
How's my mental health been lately?
Yeah.
Amazing, bro.
And as it pertains to this project, you like, what about your mental
Not
health?
always the best. So, when you go through seasons and challenges in your life, the one thing I've been maturing in my walk with God is maintaining consistency in the highs and the lows. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to get inflated when things is going good, but then crash out when things going bad. Yeah. And like for me, my tendency is to crash out. So I'll be having to really reel myself back in and avoid going back to old habits and old ways and things that I just know ain't healthy for me.
So how is your dependency on God in that? I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
yeah,
how have you seen, or
what has he done?
How are you gonna make that change to be more dependent on Him, and even in every situation?
I'll give you one example. Can I be real with y'all?
Yeah.
Absolute.
I haven't smoked weed in 10 months.
Right.
Congrats, my brother. Yo, drop a bomb for that, man. Congrats, man.
Listen, that was a real thing for me because I ain't had no issue with smoking when I first got saved.
Like no edibles and no little chocolates and stuff, because you could say you ain't smoked, but then them edibles hit for like 2 days. I ain't got high. There you go.
that's
All right, because somebody tried to hit me with a loophole like that one time.
Yeah, no.
I was like, I was with somebody. He literally ate a piece of brownie. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm getting lit today." I was like, "But I thought you don't smoke no more." Yeah, I don't smoke no more. But
I ain't coming legalistic like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
that's a lesson.
That's
That's
one
something
real
you walk away
commitment
from.
that I done
That's
made.
great,
You know
man.
what I mean? I done put the J down. You know what I mean? Like,
That's good.
yeah.
That's real
So,
good.
and if you know anything about like smoking, I was the person that I would say I wasn't addicted, right? And this whole 10 months. Listen though. This 10 months, I went cold turkey. There wasn't no easing off it. I just stopped. I
Okay.
made my mind up and stopped. But it's one of those things like when I looked at it, for me, I ain't have an issue with it, but I definitely incorporated it to a point in my life where I was doing the first thing when I woke up, before I ate, after I ate, on break at work,
Dang.
before I went to sleep, probably again sometime randomly just to go right or whatever. Like that was the ritual, if you will. You know what I mean? That was the habit. So me stepping into this season and saying, okay, God, I know the real challenge that God, I'll put it this way, the real challenge that God put on me was to understand that even if I ain't have an issue with it, the space that he was calling me to, it wasn't acceptable.
My God!
So, I couldn't allow myself to continue something that would be detrimental to like the positioning that I'm trying to put myself in, that he's trying to move me in.
Yeah.
Knowing that I gotta be an example.
Exactly.
So did you see a difference in your relationship with the Lord and in music when you stopped smoking?
100%. There were times where I felt like, I was more free or open-minded when I would smoke, so I'll do that and then jump in the studio. But God showed me, it was never really that did it. You know what I mean? It's all spirit-led. So for me, I could find inspiration in a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I'll go listen to music in general. I could go take a walk outside, get some fresh air, and get inspired. So that's been really the change. God showing me I ain't got to depend on no substance for that.
Yeah.
Is it received well when you express that portion of your testimony? Because I know a lot of times, like I have a friend personally, I won't mention his name, but he came out and told his testimony because he was serving on big platforms and things of that nature. And whenever he came out and told that portion of his testimony, like, yo, guys, like God delivered me from this. Like when I really was struggling with this, man, they bashed him from top to bottom, crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we held him down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, man, don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the applause was also way louder. But I just wanted to see from your perspective before we go on break. How was it for you?
I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of got, I guess, blinders on. If somebody feel a type of way about it, I guess. For me, the way I look at it, I got brothers that don't live for God at all, that still doing what they do, serving, moving crazy, all that.
Yeah.
And they respect the fact that I don't move like that. You understand? Like I chose to make a change. And that's somebody that's not saved. So if you're a Christian and you don't apply somebody getting delivered, I don't really understand that. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
Everybody got sin. You might not talk about yours, but if I say I got delivered from mine, who are you to judge?
Facts. All right, man, we about to run off on a break real quick. FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live. We certified, man. We back in the building. We got more with Zilla when we come back, so y'all keep it locked. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
I am Queen Lee.
It's your boy DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live. We certified, man, worldwide. Back in the building. If you're just tuning in with us, man, we got Zilla Washington in the building, man.
Yes, sir.
He's here.
Hey, man, and we got the big homie one and only also, man. We can't forget, man, one of the pioneers of this whole thing out here in Atlanta, just worldwide, period, man. The big homie, big brother. Yeah. St. Clair in the building, man. What's up?
Yeah, man, we in here, man. We having fun with family. Let's go.
I don't even got to introduce you, man. I don't even got to explain the resume. They already know what's up once they hear the name, man.
Man, it's all love, man. Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah, he handling
Yes, sir.
business
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Hilarious.
Ain't even looking in the camera. All right, switch back to Zilla. so Zilla, man, how do you feel about the current state of CHH and personally to you?
I'll say this, bro. From where we were when I first found CHH, and I'm not talking about like through my pop and then, cause my dad liked Lecrae like back in the day and all that.
Yeah.
Lecrae, you know, he OG cool. But I'm saying like for like my class or like my generation, I think when I first found CHH to where we are now, tremendous growth. Tremendous.
Yeah, I can say that.
You know, I gotta give folk they flowers. There's a lot of folks really doing their thing right now. Shouts out to y'all. I will say with that, it's always room for improvement though.
Yeah.
So I think again for me the one thing I would like to see is less of the, I don't know, man. You know, I know that's a conversation right now, but like and I get it. I feel like every artist goes through a stage where you got somebody that you listen to, like maybe before you became Christian or even now while you Christian, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like you model your sound off of them.
Okay.
But even if you start like that, there comes a point where you supposed to kind of find your own, you know what I mean? Like what your sound's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think it might just be some new folks in the game that's been listening to Boss Man D-Lo or something, you know, and you know, they got the same vibe or whatever you want to call it. But
Pot scraper.
yeah, you know,
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
it's just like, okay, it gets to a point, if I want to go listen to them, bro, I just go cut bro on. I ain't.
Yeah.
I need something original, authentic.
Why do
That
you
needs
think
some
they're? Why
substance.
do you think they're doing that?
It sound good. It's what's hot right now. It's trendy, you know. And I get it, but again, I think it gets to a point like if you do that as a strategy to catch attention and then point that to something you doing, that's one thing. But when you the person that do 1,000 remixes, I listen to you and I feel like I hear somebody else. It ain't for me.
What do you
personally.
think the purpose of the remix is now? I mean, a lot
Give
of people
folks
do 'em,
substitution. I get it. It like what they call it, stevia, you know, artificial, you know. But again, like I think for most folks, they want authenticity. So even for the person who, let's say, because I think the intent is to say for the person in the world that listens to this person and they're transitioning, or want to listen to something different, that has some substance. You could listen to me and I kind of sound like this person that you were listening to before, so that might work. But I think what a lot of folks don't get is them folks will look at it and say, well, nah, you sound like bro, so I'm going to just go listen to bro. That's what I see a lot of times. Like when I talk to, you know, like my old partners, they like, nah, bro, man, cut that.
Yeah. Hey, that's different. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I never heard that expression before.
Yeah.
Cause my first thought is like, how do you create, like, it's so diverse now and the music is so like one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I wouldn't
explain that.
Well, I wouldn't even just say one dimensional, but it's like there's nothing new under the sun. So like, you're not gonna find an artist that sound like 50 Cent, or you're not gonna find an artist that sound like Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But how do you create a new sound in such a heavily?
I'm telling
like,
you, it's folks that's doing it even right now in the space. Like I look at somebody like a Dilly. I feel like he sound like himself.
Yeah.
I don't think Dill sound like
nobody
too many
else.
other folks.
I be feeling bad.
And that's not. Listen, I don't even
no big
listen to
deal.
Dill like that.
Oh.
But I can respect that man. Like he for sure himself. You know,
he's
like
for
that one good example.
I like Dilly.
and I also think I think there's a portion in everyone's walk where they get introduced or come into the lane or their Christianity like this, and as you progress with God, you find your own style. Like for instance,
That's
me
what we're
doing.
talking about.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying.
Got you. Maybe I misunderstood.
And that's my thing. Like I'm not knocking them because maybe over time, eventually they'll find their own little
Pocket,
lane.
yeah.
They niche, and that's cool. I ain't, I'm just saying from what I see right now. It's some folks I would say that I would encourage them to pursue that a little more aggressively. Like, don't get comfortable in that place. It's okay to start there. Everybody got to start somewhere, but
and then from an artist
originality, bro.
From a recipient standpoint, most people like most people ain't trying to take that time. Like as far as like the audience does. They're like, yo, they trying to hear something that's gonna catch them now type vibe. So I can understand it on both.
I heard
and it's hot. That's what it, like you're saying, it's
trendy.
Hot, it's
I was at a conference today, man. So I've been getting some more substance. So I was with Kerwin Lee out there at Bereans and Pastor Jasper Williams at a conference today, right? Mm-hmm. And they were talking about how people flattery. Like, what do you call
Imitation
it?
Is
Imitation is best form of flattery. Yeah. They were talking about that from a perspective of preaching. Mm-hmm. And people asking, like, what do you think about that? They were asking Jasper Williams, what do you think about it? He said, man, my best advice is find yourself in the imitation. Mm-hmm. He said, a lot of people find themselves. This is crazy, but he said, find yourself in the imitation. So even when you have somebody that you kind of model after, it's still important to find who you are on that journey, and eventually you will. And so speaking of like those secular artists that we look up to, like when I first heard Thug sounded like Lil Wayne to me. Mm-hmm. And now they don't sound anything alike. Yo. But when I first heard them, I could hear it's kind of like a gargoyle or something. But then Thug is distinguished now.
What?
And so I think Thug found himself in the imitation.
Fact. No, that's good.
That's right.
I agree, bro. I just think that's my whole thing. Like, and you said it. For some artists, honestly, I'll just call it laziness. So when you say you feel like it's some folks that wouldn't put the time into dedicating themselves to their craft, when you take the route that says I'm gonna really put work in to try to find myself in the music, like Saint just described, it don't come overnight. Like,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah, that takes time to find yourself as an artist. You don't just do that. It might be something. I ain't gonna say.
Some people
for
do
me,
blow up.
It ain't happen like that. It took years for me to find like my own sound and develop like my brand. So if you hear that, you might could say, "Oh yeah, that's Zilla." You know what I mean? Some folks will say, "Well, right now, what's going is this particular sound. I'm gonna just do that."
And then at the same time, some people just aren't called to it either.
That's a whole
other conversation
right there, brother.
Some people not called to it. You doing it just I can imitate that person. Said, I can sound like Saint.
It sound good. It's trendy. I can probably make some bread off of it from YouTube or something like that. Like,
see, I'm different. I listen for anointing.
I think we all do
at
this point. We need it now.
If your words don't move me, it could sound great. I ain't gonna like disrespect it, but if it don't move, I feel like that's for anybody. You watch a good movie, you call it a good movie because it touched you in some way. Mm-hmm. It's memorable to you. With music, it's the same thing. It's an experience. So it's like, okay, when I'm listening to your music, definitely if it's Christian, I feel like it's supposed to feed me in some way.
Impact.
Yeah, bro.
Facts. So how do you EY, you have my fault.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about the Kendrick shout out, man. Lecrae got a pretty dope shout out. D1 got a pretty dope shout out. How'd you feel about that? Because I think Lecrae snapped, bro.
That junk was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. When I seen it, I was like, I ain't know. I had to go back and look at it because I know Lecrae had put the post out talking about how I think he had put a picture up him and Kendrick like way back in the day, you know, and I ain't realized they like were close like that or knew each other to that extent. But it was cool to see, bro. Like, I think definitely even in the space there are people on both sides where it's respect in general. Like I think Lecrae posted something else today with him and Killer Mike.
Yeah.
And it was like the same thing. Killer Mike back in like 2015 was talking about how Lecrae is his brother. You know what I mean? So that it was cool to see for sure. And for me, I think the question I had, I don't know about y'all, and it ain't to be messy or nothing, but I like, the fact that Kendrick shouted both of them out when we know they had a little whatever earlier this year. between Lecrae and D1. It was like, okay, what's Kendrick trying to say with putting them both in? Is this completely unrelated? I don't know.
I didn't even know.
I didn't know D1.
I don't be knowing.
Oh yeah, the whole Ratchet thing.
Who's
Y'all
Ratchet?
remember that?
Ratchet,
Yeah.
What
Righteous.
happened?
He said, who's Ratchet?
Wait,
Y'all boys out the loop. Boy.
no,
I've
no,
been
no.
paying attention to D1. He's been on radar for.
Who said
He
somebody
said something, and
ratchet?
everybody's
So-
going crazy.
The whole issue was, Lecrae had put out like
Righteous and Ratchet.
He said he both righteous and ratchet, or he approved that, he condoned it, and then he put out like some merch or something with the
Righteous.
shirts. Like
wait,
I could
D1
listen-
said that about Craig?
No,
No.
Lecrae said this himself.
About D1?
About
No,
himself.
about
About
himself.
himself?
Like
and had a brand.
that he supports
some products.
being
merchandise.
righteous and ratchet. He had some merch that he dropped that said righteous and ratchet. He had some merch that he put out that said like I could still listen to Cardi B and quote Corinthians or something like that. And those were the shirts that he would drop.
First of all,
So hold on.
D1
Wait, let me hear it. Let me hear the rest.
So D1 responded. He like, I totally disagree with you. Ain't no bringing in ratchet.
Let me tell you, brother.
Craig be
Yeah,
twerking behind
Look here,
the
brother.
scenes, boy.
Yeah, D1 came and he was like, nah, that ain't it. It was a
that
bit of
better?
back and forth. He ain't agree with the fact that he went to social media about it instead of just coming to him like, individually, whoop-de-whoop. So they went back and forth. There was several posts about it. Y'all can look
Yeah,
it up.
they did it. They handled it mature. They
Yeah.
solved it.
So Saint, how do you like being a person who's made a lot of impact? Like that's one thing we will always say. We always Saint be out there. Saint making impact, touching souls, touching lives. How do you balance that or navigate that space of like having like a lot of spotlight on you and also like being like Paul speaks about being all things to everyone to win some, right? How do you balance that or navigate that space correctly without ostracizing one side just because you're on this side?
That's good.
Without ostracizing like the world.
Yeah, like
Whew, that's a good and tough question. So for me, man, I stopped caring about. I do care. I stopped caring personally. So I'll let you know I do care about your opinion, but behind the scenes at home, I don't really care about your opinion. I'm being real. Like I can't care so much that it caused me not to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while I'm out here doing what I do, man, I've been hurt so much because if you out there and you in the rain and you working, you gonna get drenched.
Yeah.
So the more people I come in contact with and the more mistakes I make in life failing forward, out of 1,000 people, it's gonna be 3 that might hate me.
yeah,
And I'm okay with that. I've learned to be okay with that. And I try to let time heal. If somebody out there that don't like me, I'll let them see from a distance and let them see, that, man, he is an all right guy. He's okay. I messed up myself. They have to get mature about it. So that's that one part. The other part is the other side is a lot of people don't know. Like I was raised on that other side, family on the other side. And if you get close to me, you can see I'm real close to that other side. And so, but I don't show it as much to CHH world because I did it before when I first came out. A lot of people knew I did it before. And we did the Bone Crusher feature and the D4L and the Rap Zilla. People talked about it. This is the world and this is, and it pissed me off and it made me bitter. And so I pulled back away from that and I said, okay, God, I know I'm called to the kingdom and I know I have this gift and I know I come from a real place. So God, what do I need to do? And God told me to help build a platform. He told me to get behind the scenes and help build the whole, make it bigger. Like, so that's why I serve with some of the platforms that I run and the stuff that I do. I serve there. But also, if you get close to me, my heart is really streets. Like I really,
that's facts.
it's really, really, really streets. And so I'm patient. I don't force that on people. When I first got in it, I used to, my grills and used to be saying piss all like cussing a little bit. I used to be a little untamed when I first got in it. But now I'm learning, okay, I need to sit up and I need to, I might need to wear a
Posture
suit
different,
sometimes,
yeah.
and I might need to.
all that
And
stuff.
so, in order to get into certain doors, but my goal is to really get the gospel to the streets and allow people from the streets, even rougher than Chew. like Chew from Bankhead. He has that rough sound, but there's some other people that's really even deeper than that love God and want to be heard. So
you know what? I got to give it to you.
Facts. Drop a bomb too.
Like, my bad. Let me give it to you because you're really out there in the streets. Like, when I say that, I mean you're out there in the community. I always say, you know, we always know it's a church on every block, but what are they doing in their community? And you're out there affecting the community, one person, one child at a time. And I know it ain't hard. You know, working with children is tough. You know what I'm saying?
Man, work with young Negroes.
Yeah, those
just children.
Those guys, those ladies and gentlemen.
They got pistols and Glocks in their pocket.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for you to
preach.
But for you to you know, be able to do that, take your time, man. It's and you're walking with them along the way and walking life with them, which is not easy. And first of all, I'm gonna give you flowers for that. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to have a show with you one day too, to kind of talk about those things and put them in the atmosphere, let people more hear about it, because it's more of church needing to operate in community than they aren't at this current rate. And I just want to give you your flowers for that, bro.
But Satan is a disciple maker.
But
that's the thing.
I understand
a
it.
true disciple maker.
Yeah, Matthew 28:19. Yeah.
He out there like,
and he doing it with Peters.
Man,
all of them
all of them is Peters.
Which again is not easy. And I mean, I'm pretty sure you got a crazy prayer life, bro. You be on your, you know.
Well, you have to,
because it's impatience. The patience has to be developed, and long suffering, because you can. I want to know some stories, but I know we know we got to do that for another show for sure. But
absolutely,
give it the time it needs.
You want to share one?
Nah, man. We here. Zilla's a part of that story. He's family.
Did you meet him young? How young you met Zilla?
So Zilla was young.
Yeah.
How many years? Hold on. How many years it's been?
2017. I was 21. Man.
He was 21. He was just becoming an adult.
Yeah. But nah,
and so Zilla.
He ain't meet me when I was wild.
All right, hold on. We got to go on break. Real quick. We got to go on break.
Tell a story about young
We come
Zilla.
back. We going to talk about young Zilla. Then Zilla.
Yeah.
FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live. We certified, man. We got more with Zilla and St. Clair when we come back. See, I keep it locked. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
It's your boy DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live. We certified, man. Broadcasting worldwide. Just now tuning in with us, man. We got Zilla in the building. Kicking with us, man. Dropping some dope knowledge on us about his upcoming album and the singles that's about to be dropping.
Black Sheep.
Hey, Black Sheep.
Yes, sir. Go get that.
You got to. And
off my chest out right now. Trim out right now. Black Sheep on the way.
Hey, yes, sir, man. And we got the big homie, one and only St. Clair in the building.
What it do?
You got talking to the mic, man. We can't
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. There we go.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
There we go. I'm trying to be quiet because I'm a little loud. My mama said I'm loud. She's like, shh, be quiet, baby.
You good, man. You good.
down,
I'm
baby.
checking these levels over here.
Yeah, man. So before we left, man, we was talking about how y'all got introduced, right? Mm-hmm. So run on that real quick.
Young Zilla.
Yeah. No. So
free life.
So when I first met Zilla, man, him and his dad, they came to Free Life, and I saw like a maturity on him. He was young. He was like 21, but he looked like, you ever met somebody that young? You tell they experienced life.
Yeah.
Like he's real, like an old soul for real.
Yeah.
And so I met him, got with him, and you know his dad is like one of his biggest like coaches and fans. So his dad like, my son do music. They from Africa, right? They from Sierra Leone originally.
Africa.
And his dad, and so his dad like, man, my son do music, and you know I was like the music director at Free Life, and so I was introduced. Kjo introduced me and said, man, I think bro got some work with, and I heard him, and then he had this song called Flex. A lot of people don't know Zilla's original, first sound that was kind of introduced to CHH was kind of, it was like, it's a, and that's what I liked about him, because that's something where I come from. It's
I
like
can do it.
he can do it. He's
Man,
real good at it.
See, you were talking about change, bro. I got a rock song.
He got
for
that
real.
growl.
I got a
so
rock
him,
song.
Chew, they got those growls that they got. Man, that's where I love that shit.
Yeah.
But then as time went on, man, he just started doing these different sounds and had so much to offer.
Don't do that.
What? No, just keep going.
As time went on, man, that ain't no pause moment. I ain't make sure don't give me no pause.
Nah,
you
you try to sneak and hit play in the background.
Oh, you gonna hit the play? Okay,
Nah,
yeah.
You ain't got to do that.
But so,
You ain't gotta do
man, when Zilla used to come on that Free Life, whole Free Life go crazy.
Go crazy.
But I'm talking about we done did flex a few times, but we ran it back like 2-3 times. Power
That
go out.
Yahweh,
Power go out.
Oh,
we
yeah,
still
Yahweh's my favorite
going.
joint
Yahweh,
right
boy, that boom, boom, boom,
Without
boom,
the shirt.
boom.
Yeah, it like that.
Yeah,
You on
and so-
crowd surfing yet, bro?
But I'm almost 30, but my knees ain't.
Nah,
My
road
knees ain't
game,
built
stop
like that
playing.
no more. Yeah.
But nah, man. But yeah, so Zilla, man, when I first met him, I just saw the maturity in him, and then learned that he had so much. Man, he got a good singing voice, creative. He had substance. You know what I'm saying? And we became family. Like everybody that we rock with Gas, like for real. Some people come and go, but we family. And so we just been locked
Said
in.
with who?
This man married me.
Yes.
Wow.
Married him and his wife.
Oh,
yes.
shoot.
His amazing
How long
wife.
y'all been married?
Hold on, man. Hold on.
6 years.
6?
Hallelujah.
Yes.
What's up, man? I've been married 6 years.
Oh, wow. That's what's up. Hey,
what's
he trying to
up,
get you.
Oh, right.
Now it ain't like that joke you did at the thing, like blink twice if you safe.
It is, man. I told you I'm getting cooked.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Don't listen to that, Ari. It's jokes.
When the album drop, listen to 1 a.m. I got you.
Yeah, send it to me.
That,
Yes,
that'll
sir.
win.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that like the most vulnerable song?
That's probably one of them. That and there's another one called Speechless. Them two is like heartfelt.
They
for
both
real.
about marriage or
1 a.m. is specifically about marriage. And
I'm curious to hear this one.
but Speechless is like
Yeah.
the life, but it like that.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing.
That's awesome, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Slide-
Young Zilla, man.
Slide right past that one. So listen, man. I don't.
oh my God.
Yeah, we're just gonna. She be listening. Oh, we got 10 more minutes. Dang.
What you mean, bro?
What's up?
Something is wrong with you, bro.
Go ahead, brother. What you got, man? Go ahead.
I don't need to ask the question. Where's your walk from compared to the last project to this one?
The last one being a Four Brother project or his
Nah,
last
his
project?
Pieces.
person.
Pieces to this. I mean, I done had a second baby between then and now. My son just turned 1 last week.
Oh, congratulations, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you. So that's just life in general. There's been changes, you know. More responsibility, you know, homeowner,
Congratulations.
breadwinner,
That's a great.
you know, it's like real deal things I've been dealing with, like just on that end. But with that comes personal growth, but then also change, you know. So my music is a reflection of me and basically whatever space I'm in at the point. So really it shows the difference in my walk with God, being that, you know, like when you look at a son and a father, as the son goes older, it's not that he doesn't need the father as much, but the relationship might start to look like the father can trust him to do certain things without him having to hold his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of the space I feel like I'm in with God now. Like you already know what you need to do. So it's just a matter of actually doing it. For a long time, I was in a headspace where I would know what to do, but then make excuses or get distracted. Or
Jonah.
I'm the most locked in I ever been.
Sound like Jonah.
What's good, man?
But he here now.
That's good. So, Queen Lee, you got anything? All right, cool. So listen, I usually ask people this question. I haven't asked it in a while, but I'm gonna ask you, man. If the Bible was rewritten and the writers put a book in there that said Zilla, what's 3 things you want your book to speak about?
Tough.
3 things my book would speak about. Pain, change, and redemption. I'll give you some context.
That's really good.
Yeah, to give you some context, like Saint said, you know, I get that a lot. Folks will tell me, like, I meet folks older, they'll be like, bro, I thought you were mid-30s or whatever about how you carry yourself, this, that, and the third. Like, you know, that, like, even in my personal life, I be managing folks 2 times my age. You understand? Like, leadership-wise. But that's not for no reason. It's because early I was introduced to struggle. Like, me and my pop have been homeless. I was 5, 6 years old, walking around clothes and trash bag, you know, sleeping in cars. I done ran the streets a little bit, you know, did what I did, lost homies, all that early, you know. So by the time I hit 17, 18, me and Saint link up, I done got past. Well, I won't say I got past pain, but I got out of a position where I wasn't trying to purposefully see more pain. I don't know how to say it, but that's the best way I could put it. So that's where change came in, right? So in order to change what I was seeing or my experience, I had to change my environment. So I changed my environment, and then in changing my environment, I got redemption. You know, that's the healing, that's transformation. That's me being able to go back to partners that I still talk to and show them different. And they be looking at me like, bro, you, like, I could really see you different now, you know, to the point, you know, you go through transitions and it's like they'll try things and it's not for lack of respect, but just because they thinking, oh, the Christian thing is just, you just chatting, you know, you just talking. But they really, like, it's to the point now, certain things they won't even bring to me because they like, nah, bro, we ain't, I need to be able to call you when I need advice. Yeah. You know, I need to be able to talk to you when I need somebody to pray for me. Or, you know what I mean?
Speaking of that, man, he's an excellent mentor. And so a lot of the young people that you see, like for Gorilla Baby back here behind us right here, Chew, D-Man, all the younger guys, they've been watching Zilla over the years. So he's been one of the ones that they've been able to watch. That's cool. That's you know what I'm saying. That ain't no square, ain't no lame. Yeah. And they've been able to say, man, I can do that. I want to do that. And so he's been solid, man. He's been solid.
Yeah.
And so
I was gonna ask you that. You kind of touched on it, but how do you think your obedience? How important do you think your obedience is to affect the next person that you meet or you?
It's everything, bro. Cause God don't ever ask you to do something just for you.
Yeah.
Your purpose is not for you. It's not. So when you think about a tool, right, or a resource, it's to be used to benefit or to help something else. So if you got I don't know, a flashlight, the flashlight doesn't turn on to help itself. You shine a light to help the person that's holding it. You know what I mean? So I look at it like when I'm not obedient to God, I do a disservice to the people around me.
Yeah.
That's good, bro.
They need me to walk in my purpose so they can also do what they supposed to do.
Yes.
Right.
That's so good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good,
So
man.
important.
Big facts, yo. So, man, once again, man, let everybody know when the project dropping, where they can find the singles that's coming out. Yo, just load them up with what they need,
so
bro.
We're going, so tap in, Trim Out Now, Off My Chest Out Now. Black Sheep dropping October 11th. Black Sheep album dropping October 25th with the video. I can follow me on all social media at GS_Zilla. That's Instagram, Facebook, and on TikTok is at _GSZilla. Music on the way, visuals on the way. We locked in, boy. I'm talking about, the rest of the year finna be crazy, bro. I got a feeling about this one.
Hey, I like that.
I got a feeling about this one.
I like that, man.
Shout out to my brother too, man.
Is it able to be pre-order right now?
Pre-order link will go up in about a week or two.
Okay. Cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Tap it on the page. It'll probably be up honestly in the next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, man. I'm looking forward to it. I want to hear them. I want to hear the project.
Yeah, man.
Especially that 1 a.m. you was
y'all family, so we could probably play that after this.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and airdrop it to us, brother. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. You're here. Spirit was moving. We all emotional.
Can we play the Black Sheep real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, go ahead and introduce that track, DJ. Zilla, go
Let
ahead.
Zilla do it, 'cause I mean,
Zilla, go ahead and introduce that track, my fault.
We're going, it's your boy Zilla. You finna listen to Black Sheep exclusive, Fresh Leftovers. Let's do it.
Hey.
Pay attention.
I feel like, 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 I feel like the Black Sheep. He let a 99. Couldn't live for me, that's a 1-on-1. I ain't gon' run when the trouble come. Nah, I ain't gon' run when the trouble come. Feel like, feel like, feel like, I feel like, feel like, feel like, feel like, I feel like the Black Sheep. I feel like the Black Sheep. I let Jesus take the wheel, I'ma shoot from the back seat.